Hi, we're Resolutions Reached Theatre Company. I'm Erin.
I'm Nicola.
I'm Yasmin.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Lydia.
And this is our rehearsal for for our piece called Vera Brown in the Evening. This is a World War II installation immersive project, so hope you enjoy.
Move out of the way. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. No, excuse me. Thank you. Tea. Hot tea. I said hot tea, not lukewarm. Oh, that's too hot, too hot. Oh, just go away. I'll let it cool.
Right, come in now. Come on. Don't panic. Calm into that.
Microphone. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Is it working? Is it working? Testing. Okay. Okay, good. Good evening and welcome to the World Service Radio and the Vera Brown Show. Today I am in bunk 48 in the Strand Tube Station, London. The tube station today is rather cold and wet and rather crowded. The date is 19th of October 1941 and we are a year into the Second World War. Welcome everyone to the largest tube station shelter in London, where today we will host a show, nay, a collection, of stories from all the brave souls working the fields, the mines, the factories and the homes back here, away from the action but still providing for our country. Thank you. Now, before we start, it is a custom to read the list of those unclaimed. New information has just come in this morning of the deaths of many courageous men on the front line. Among the unclaimed are Thomas Brown, Joseph Brown, Marcus Collins, Jacob Cook, Peter Cook, Jonathan Danvers, Harold Ford, Callum Jones, William Murphy, Zachary Peters, Stephen Rogers, Benjamin Tell, Thomas Williams and Joseph Sales. We offer our condolences here at the World Service Radio. We cannot express our gratitude or pride more, but we mustn't forget the unsung heroes back here too. So the focus of this broadcast is the wonderful women and children who are putting their hard work into feeding us and the troops and taking up their husbands' positions. This morning I have the pleasure of talking to Emily from Hackney here, whose sweetheart, Geoffrey, has recently been deployed. Tell us, Emily, about your experiences. It must be quite frightening not knowing where he is.
It's been a long year. He's still overseas. It's lonely. It's scary. You don't get any mail. You wonder where they are. What's happened? Every day I get... Well, I don't get them every day. Sometimes I get 4 or 5 at a time. But he writes every day and I write every day. I keep all my letters from him. And we've decided when we get married, we're going to have a home with a fireplace. And in time, we'll get our letters out and read them. And throw them in the fireplace. And that will be the hot fuel for the fire. Our fire. I always put lipstick on before I sign the letter and put a kiss on it. Oh, this isn't a very good interview. This is history. It's funny and kind of sad. Some of the things he would write, and I would think of that when I write a letter. I think how I feel after I read it. Some of the things that go on. Oh gosh, it is a test of love, I tell you, to be separated for a year. Who knows how long for? It's a long time. But through love keeps you together. Just keep waiting and hoping he'll come home. You're never done learning things about people, even if you've lived with someone for 66 years. Every once in a while something pops up, and I think, gee, I never thought of that before about our something. relationship. And I think, how did I miss that? Each day is another experience. It's another blessing. Love is being together. Love is wanting to do things for each other. When I broke my hips, I got an awful lot of help from him. I couldn't put my right shoe or stocking on by myself. He put that on for me every day. That's love, when I didn't have to ask him. He just says, "Are you ready for your stockings yet?" Or, "Are you ready for your shoes?" I'd have all my other clothes on, just not my stockings or my shoes, but he'd never forget. Just things like that. You don't have to ask. He just does it. I guess he feels it's his duty, and it's his love, right? Growing with them, growing older with them.
It's fantastic to have so many to ask about their experiences here today. For obvious reasons, we cannot speak to you all, but it is lovely to get the real life experiences on the radio waves. Now we are going to have a little tune named Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. Enjoy!
Here we will sing Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, while in a separate section of the stage there will be a dance. We'll put the dance in front so you can see. Oh, I don't know the song very well. We're just dancing without it. Oh. That'll do for now. That'll do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Missing the tan look on your pegs? Well, look no further. Get the authentic look with gravy brownings. Yes, you heard me, real gravy. Just soak your legs and get the dark, fashionable stockings you've been craving. Be the talk of the town. Your beau will return to see the beautiful pre-war women you really are. Comfortable, healthy, and it looks like the real thing too. Ding, 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 ding.
Fancy with teabagging. Missing the proper British stew. Then grab some PG tips to start your day the English way. Keep your family smiling with a cup of the best fixer-upper around. The perfect home comfort for a complete blackout.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now, try this new way to accent your figure. Cross your heart. See, you're suddenly shapelier. Well, that's what this new Playtex Fashion Magic Cotton Bra does. It crosses your heart with stretch to lift and separate. You're suddenly shapelier. This cross your heart shaping is only on Playtex regular Fashion Magic bras and new long line style. Cross your heart. You'll be shapelier. Honestly.
Ding, 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 ding.
Welcome back to the Vera Brown in the evening. After those messages and the lovely song from the ladies here at World Service Radio, we have our weekly play from the wonderful actors here in the Strand itself. This morning's performance is a show that has recently been finished by Mr. Noel Coward, named Hands Across the Sea. I will leave them to it.
Hello? Where's the old girl?
I'm afraid I...
Mix a cocktail, Bogey. I'm a stretcher case. Hello? No, it's me, Claire. God knows, dear. Shall I tell her to call you back? All right, no. It was bloody, darling. A gloomy dinner at the embassy. Then the worst play I've ever sat through. And then the Café de Paris. And that awful man who who does things with ducks. I've already seen him 6 times, darling. Oh, you know, he pinches its behind and it cracks. Land of hope and glory. I don't know whether it hurts it or not. I minded at first, but I'm past caring now. After all, it's not like performing dogs. I mind about the performing dogs terribly. All right, goodbye. Ducks are pretty bloody anyway, don't you think?
I don't know very much about them.
The man swears it's genuine talent, but I think it's a little nip that does it.
It sounds rather cruel.
It's a gloomy form of entertainment anyhow, particularly as I've always hated Land of Hope and Glory.
Cocktail?
Thank you.
I suppose Piggy's in the bath.
Going route to route.
Wait till I've had a drink.
Is Peter home, or is he still darting about the Solent?
I'm afraid I couldn't say, you see.
I saw him last night with Janet.
Hasn't she had her baby yet?
She hadn't last night.
That damned baby's been hanging over us for months. Hello? Yes. Hello, darling. No, it's Claire. Yes, he's here. No, I couldn't face it. Yes, if I were likely to go to India, I'd come, but I'm not likely to go to India. I think the Rajas bumble up house parties so terribly. Yes, I know he's different, but the other one's awful. Angela had an agonising time with him. All the dinner room chairs had to be changed because they were leather, and his religion prevented him sitting on them. All the dogs had to be kept out of the house because they were unclean, which God knows was true of the Bedlington, but the other ones were clean as whistles. And then to round everything off, he took Laura Mersham in his car and made passes at her all the way to Newmarket. All right, darling. Here she is. It's Nina. She wants to talk to you.
Hello, Nin. I can't on Wednesday, I've got a guest night. It's a hell of a long way, it'd take hours.
I'm so sorry.
Shh! Shut up, I can't hear.
Who is it? Nina.
Well, you can tell George to leave it for me and I can pick it up.
How lovely to see you again.
No, I shan't be leaving till about 10, so if he leaves it by 9:30, I'll get it all right.
My husband will be here in a minute. He has to go to sea on Thursday, but he's arranged for you to be taken over the dockyard at Portsmouth.
Give the old boy a crack on the jaw.
It's the most thrilling thing in the world. You see how the torpedoes are made. Millions of little wheels inside, all clicking away like mad. And they cost thousands of pounds each.
No, I saw her last night. Not yet, but any moment now. I should think. All right. Call me a Chatham. If I can get away, I shall have to bring Mickey too.
How much torpedoes cost each, Claire?
God knows, darling. Something fantastic. Ask Bogey.
Bogey?
What?
How much do torpedoes cost each?
What? Wait a minute, Piggy's yelling at me.
Torpedoes.
Oh, thousands and thousands. Terribly expensive things. Ask Peter. If I do bring him, you have to be frightfully nice to him. He's been on the verge of suicide for weeks.
Don't let her go. I must talk to her.
Hold on a minute. Piggy wants to speak to you. All right. I'll let you know. Here she is. I'm most awfully sorry.
Not at all. It's so lovely you being in England. Darling, what was the meaning of that sinister little invitation you sent me?
You know what Mickey is?
No, dear, I really can't. I always get so agitated.
Why does he go on like that? It's so tiresome.
I'll come if Claire will. Are you going to Nina's Indian ding-dong?
Not without an anaesthetic.
She's moaning a bit, but I'll persuade her. What happens after dinner? The man with the duck from the Café de Paris. She's got that sweet duck from the Café de Paris.
Give me another cocktail, Bogey. I want to get so drunk that I just can't hear anymore.
But darling, do you think it's quite wise? I mean, Maharajas are terribly touchy, and there's probably something in their religion about ducks being mortal sin or something. You know how difficult they are about cows and pigs. Just a minute. You can tell us, of course.
I beg your pardon?
Do Indians mind ducks?
I don't think so.
Do you come from India?
No, Malaya.
It's the same sort of thing, though, isn't it? If they don't mind them in Malaya, it's unlikely that they'd mind them in India. It'll probably be all right, but you'd better get Douglas Byng as a standby.
There might be something in their religion about Douglas Byng.
Shh! Everyone's making such a noise. The room's full of the most frightful people. Darling, it definitely is Waterloo Station. No, I'm almost sure he can't. He's going to sea on Thursday. Don't be silly, dear. You can't be in the Navy without going to sea sometimes.
Ding, 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 ding. Walt Disney Pictures presents the newest flick on the block. Pinocchio is a heartwarming family film with lovable characters such as the wooden boy, Pinocchio, his father, the humble woodcarver, Geppetto, that musical insect, Jiminy Cricket, and who could forget those two dastardly fiends, Stromboli and John Foulfellow. Destined to make your heart sing, Pinocchio is coming to a shelter near you from February 23rd. Don't miss it! Ding, 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 ding!
You can have vegetables. Lots of them on your table next winter. You can have your own fresh vegetables on your table this summer, if you have your own Victory garden. Yes, There's no restriction on home canning and home processing of vegetables and garden fruits or berries. Plan your victory garden now. Get a garden plot lined up. Add the advice of a garden expert if you need it, and be prepared to grow your own for victory. For further information, write to Victory Garden, St James's Park, London.
People at home, this broadcast is being interrupted. A message from the Prime Minister has just come through.
At this point, we will have the Winston Churchill speech, these great days, but we haven't actually got it yet. So
Year has passed since I
Campaign down here for your headmaster.
it's very tedious, but we'll put it in the next one.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding.
The title of this piece is To Germany. It is a note of sympathy to Germany from us as a nation that we are all the same.
Where is she? She's always late. You are blind like us. Your hurt no man designed, and no man claimed conquest of your land. But gropers both through fields of thought confined, we stumble and we do not understand. You only saw your future bigly planned, and we the tapering paths of our own mind. In each other's dearest ways we stand, and hiss and hate, and the blind fight the blind. When it is peace, then we may view again, with new one eyes, each other's truer form, and wonder. Grown more loving, kind, and warm, we'll grasp firm hands and laugh at the old pain. When it is peace, but until peace, the storm, the darkness, and the thunder and the rain.
Over the last year, the amount of poetry coming from people's pain and loss has significantly increased. Now, with this war becoming longer and longer, poets will be coming out with all sorts of poems full of hope and love. After these messages, there will be another lovely song by the Codex, Chattanooga Choo Choo, a fun, upbeat, toe-tapping tune to lift your spirits on this cold day. Stay tuned!
Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, Susie Q, what's cooking with you? Your teeth look whiter than new.
My teeth aren't new, but my toothpaste is. New Pepsodent. Get with it, kids. New package, new flavour, new formula too. Means a brighter smile for me and you. You'll wonder where the yellow went when you brush your teeth with Pepsodent. Bum, 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 bum.
Have you seen the doctor yet? No need with Dr. Carrot. Eat Dr. Carrot at the breakfast, lunch, and dinner table. Keep Dr. Carrot as your winter protector and let him be the guardian of your health. Carrots keep you healthy and help you see in blackouts.
At this point, we'd have Chattanooga Choo Choo. The songs are coming at a later time.
I think I felt in my heart that he was alive. Put it that way. You had to cling on to a desperate hope. But when finally the call came from his brother, I couldn't take it. I had to get my sister. Said you would have to take the phone call. I didn't know what I was going to hear, but I soon knew from the loud yell that she let out that he was alive. After a 6-year engagement, I think it was what we both wanted, what we both needed to get together, to be together, really together. So I gave him permission to have Christmas with his family, and then I said from then on, you're mine.
Is it the music now?
No, she.
How wonderful. He must have been a different man though, surely. Did you talk about the war?
Once you let it out, and even though he said you'll learn to forgive, you never forget. But if you can learn to more or less forgive with it, you know, you're free again.
So how about you in all of this? Has war changed you?
Nobody can go through what they have gone through without being affected. And I think for the rest of your life, you never forget something, and I know he hasn't told me everything, but he's told me enough, and I read enough to know what a horrible time it is for them all. Well, war in itself. Anybody that's gone through a war comes back knowing what a futile, senseless thing it is, and it's got to affect you in some way.
So, war and marriage?
It's sort of a memory that's there at the back of your mind always, and I suppose there are aspects of it which are sad, but I don't really think it's made our lives sad. I think we've risen above it in many, many ways.
I think air raid will go off before. There's Lydia. Ooh.
As you can most likely hear, the air raid is over and you may return to our homes. And so today, that is all from me, Vera Brown on the World Service Radio, but I'd like to say that my audience here at the Strand was a lovely one, and that I'm privileged to have been let in by these people. Thank you, and for all of you out there this evening, please keep safe during these dark, nay, sterner times. And as always, keep smiling, but as we leave, could we all join the Chordettes in the last song of today, the old favourite, It's a Long Way to Tipperary. Thank you, and goodbye for now.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Bye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. Okay, that's our little rehearsal for you today. Hopefully by next week, well, next rehearsal we'll get everything together. We've got the Easter holidays, but after that we should be doing our performance very soon. We'll have that recorded for you, and thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye. Bye.